A very good morning to you all my dear students. Hope you all are healthy, fit and fine at home. Today I am going to start the fourth chapter of Science 2, Environmental Management. In the last video I am going to complete the third chapter of Science 2, Life Processes in Living Organisms Part 2. Hope you all are understood the third chapter. So in this fourth chapter we are basically study about the ecosystem, a review, environment and ecosystem, environment conservation, environment management and the biodiversity hotspots. So first topic is, can you recall? So first question, what is ecosystem? Which are its different components? So ecosystem means an ecosystem is a large community of living organisms, that is the plants, animals and microbes living in a particular area. Ecosystem means ecosystem is a large community of living organisms, plants, animals and microbes in a particular area. And which are its different components? So there are mainly two components, that is the biotic factors and the abiotic factor. In the biotic factors, plants, animals and microbes, and in abiotic factors, water, air, soil, etc. Second question, which are the types of consumer and what are the criteria for their classification? So consumer are classified as primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary or the top level consumer, and these types depends upon the food they eat or prey they feed on. Third one, what may be the relationship between the lake and birds on a tree? So tree near the lake, under the lake ecosystem. So birds reside on the trees and may catch prey from the pond or the lake. Fourth one, what is difference between the food chain and the food web? So the main difference between the food chain and the food web means food web, interaction between the producer, consumer and decomposers in a definite sequence is called as a food chain. So this diagram shows the food chain and interaction between the producer, then consumers and decomposers in a definite sequence. It is a definite sequence, means it is a fixed sequence, is called as a food chain. And food web means the interaction among the different food chains, in an ecosystem at various levels is called as a food web. So this is the main difference between the food chain and the food web. Next one, think and answer. By using this diagram, that is the food chain, we can think and answer. First one, write the name and category of each of the component shown in the picture. So here grass is the producer, then grasshopper is the primary consumer, means grasshopper क्या grass खाता है, then means grasshopper is a primary consumer, then frog is a secondary consumer because frog किसको खाता है, grasshopper को, then snake is a tertiary consumer, snake किसको, frog को खाता है, then eagle is the apex consumer or the fourth consumer, eagle किसको खाता है, snake को, और eagle मरने के बाद क्या होता है, microbes are decomposers. So this is the food chain. So here grass is the producer, grasshopper is the primary consumer, then frog is the secondary consumer, snake is a tertiary consumer, eagle is the apex consumer, and the last one, microbes, is the decomposers. Second one, what is necessary to convert this picture into food web? Why? So here what is necessary to convert, this is the picture of food chain, and what is necessary to convert this picture into food web? Why? So here include more primary consumers like squirrel, deer, goat, etc. Then include more secondary consumer like wolf, fox, etc. Then include more tertiary and apex consumers like lion, tiger, etc. And they show interrelationship of these animals to convert the food chains into the food web. Hope you understood this think and answer. So first topic of this lesson is ecosystem, a review. Ecosystem is formed by biotic and abiotic factors. We are already discussed ecosystem means an ecosystem is a large community of living organisms, plants, animals and microbes in a particular area. So ecosystem is formed by biotic and abiotic factors and their interaction with each other. Each factor plays very important role in the ecosystem, and each factor plays very important role in the ecosystem. Producer like plants are important. Herbivorous like deer, goat, sheep, cattle, horses, camel, etc. feeding on the producer. So producer like plants or grass are very important because herbivorous animals like deer, goats, sheep, cattle, horses, camel, etc. feeding means they depend upon the producer are also important. Predators like lion, tiger, which prevent the overpopulation of these herbivorous animals are also equally important. And predator means जो herbivorous पर depend होते हैं, like lion and tiger, which prevent the overpopulation of herbivorous are also equally important. A question may arise in our mind that whether the caterpillars found in nature, organisms present in filthy places, filthy means dirty places, termites, insects present in dung are really useful. And there is one question arise in our mind. Which question arise? Whether the caterpillars found in nature, organisms present in filthy or dirty places, termites, insects present in dung are really useful. So the answer is these all the microorganisms are really useful because however those organisms are also important though they are dirty. So these all organisms are dirty but they are very useful. Why they are useful? Because they are responsible for cleaning the environment. So these all the organisms or microbes are very important because they are responsible for cleaning the environment. It means that our existence is due to these factors present around us. Hence we should care for these factors. Next one, think. If fallen foliage means plants leaves of the plant. If fallen foliage in forest, dead trees and carcasses means the dead body of the animal in and around villages had not been decomposed for years. So क्या होता अगर समझो जो पत्ते होते trees के, dead trees and carcasses means the dead body of the animal in and around villages had not been decomposed for years. So क्या होता you should think. Next one is can you recall. First one, which are the different trophic levels in the food chain? So here we are already discussed the trophic level. So producers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer or the top level, that is apex consumer and the decomposers. So these are the different trophic levels in the food chain. Second one is what is energy pyramid. So this diagram shows the energy pyramid. So the pattern of energy exchange in an ecosystem is called a pyramid of energy. The pattern of energy exchange in an ecosystem is called a pyramid of energy. Next one, let's think. A bird building nest on a tree, feed upon the fishes is nearby pond. Whether this bird is a part of both, that is the tree as well as the pond ecosystem. So let's think. A bird building nest on a tree, feed upon the fishes nearby pond. Whether this bird is a part of both, that is tree as well as pond ecosystem? Yes. So answer is yes. Bird is a part of both tree as well as pond ecosystem because the bird feeds upon the fishes in the pond and also resides on the tree. So the bird किस पर डिपेंड होती है खाने के लिए? फिशेस पर, एंड और रहती कहाँ पर है? ट्री पर. So that's why the bird is a part of both trees as well as pond ecosystem because it feeds upon the fishes in the pond and also reside on the tree and might feed on the fruits of the tree and insect living on the tree. That's why the bird is the part of both the pond ecosystem and the tree. Next one is complete the chart. Fill up the blank boxes and display the completed chart in the classroom. So here ecosystem, there are two components of ecosystem, abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components, again there is a two factor, physical factor and the chemical factor. In physical factor, air, water, vapor, mineral, soil and sunlight, and in chemical factor, nutrients. Again nutrients converted into two types, inorganic substances and organic substances. And in inorganic substances, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, sodium and potassium. And organic substances, that is the proteins, carbohydrates and fats. So ecosystem is converted into two components, that is abiotic and biotic components. Abiotic components, there is a two factor, physical factor and chemical factor. Physical factor is air, water, vapor, minerals, soil, sunlight. Chemical factor is nutrients. Nutrients are get converted into two substances, that is inorganic substances and organic substances. Inorganic substances are hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, sodium and potassium. And organic substances is proteins, carbohydrates and fats. Next, second one is biotic components. Biotic components, they are converted into autotrophic, then producer is green plants are producer, then heterotrophic, animals are consumers, decomposers, that is the bacteria, and consumers, there are mainly three types, primary consumer, secondary consumer and the tertiary consumer. So hope students you should understood this the flow chart. Next one, paddy is cultivated. Paddy means a field where rice is grown. Paddy means a field where rice is grown. Paddy is cultivated on large scale in various states of South India. Paddy fields are frequently attacked by grasshoppers. Similarly, frogs are also present in large number in the mud of paddy fields. So paddy means a field of where rice is grown. Paddy is cultivated on large scale in various states of South India. Paddy fields are frequently attacked by grasshoppers. So similarly, frogs are also present in large number in the mud of paddy fields to feed upon grasshopper. और frog किस पर depend होते हैं feed के लिए? grasshopper पर. And snakes are also present therein to feed upon their favorite food, frog. और वहाँ पर snake भी होते हैं and snake are also present there in to feed upon their favorite food, frogs. So, however, if frog population declines all of a sudden, so suddenly suppose frog की population suddenly कम हो गई. So, let's think. First one, what will be the effect on a paddy crop? So, what will be effect on a paddy crop if frog population declines of all the sudden? So, answer is paddy crop production will be go down as the population of grasshoppers will increase and they will damage the paddy crop. So फ्रॉग की पॉपुलेशन समझो डिक्लाइन हो गई, कम हो गई सडनली, तो क्या इफेक्ट होगा? व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट ऑन द पैडी क्रॉप? सो पैडी क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन विल गो डाउन एंड द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द ग्रासशॉपर विल इंक्रीज एंड दे विल डैमेज द पैडी क्रॉप. Second one, number of which consumers will decline and which will increase. So here primary consumer, that is the grasshopper, will increase and tertiary consumer, snake, will decline. So here because यहाँ पर frog ही नहीं रहेंगे तो snake भी नहीं और grasshopper क्या बढ़ेंगे? Primary consumer, that is grasshopper, will increase and tertiary consumer, that is snake, will decline. Third one, what will be the overall effect on the ecosystem? What will be the overall effect on the ecosystem? So here the natural balance of the ecosystem will be disturbed. So here we are already studied about the food chain. Each part of the food chain is depend on the other. Primary consumer, secondary consumer depend on primary consumer depend on the producer. So here the natural balance of the ecosystem will be disturbed. So today I am going So today I'm going to stop here. So in this first video, we are basically study about the ecosystem, a review, and then we have to complete this chart. Hope students you should understood this first video. If you have any doubt in this first video, you can ask me anytime. Thank you.